Kasama program is the biggest event that the social activity coordinator hosts every semester. With such big responsibility, you must know your big why in order to facilitate an authentic mentorship program. What inspires you to take on the Kasama program? How do you plan on relating not only your personal whys into your program, but also the Katipunan clause into the program?
So can you repeat the first half?
Yes. With the question or without the question?
Just the question.
Just a question, okay. What inspires you to take on the Kasama program? How do you plan on relating not only your personal whys into your program, but also the Katipunan clause into the program?
I guess what really inspired me is knowing, now knowing all the relationships I've formed. I think that's the biggest thing for me is, yes, we get mentors and yes, they also help guide us, but the ultimate thing for me is that I really found a sense of community, and I think just the whole aspect of finding people that you mesh well with, and sometimes I guess I understand that you won't mesh well with everybody, but finding a community that makes you feel comfortable and makes you feel included is just something that I believe ultimately brightens up your experience at school. So.
How would you relate that to the Katipunan clause into the program?
The overall aspect of inclusivity and just for me, I think that I want. Sorry, take a second to think about it. I want to just build on the fact of inclusivity. I know that everyone doesn't really, some people don't get along, and that's bound to happen anywhere you go, but I just think I can promote different aspects to where different people can find their niche, I guess.
Are you ready for the next question? While pairing for the Kasama program, you may receive multiple complaints on pairings. You may have some problems during the reveal night itself, or have issues of the general body wanting more socials. How will you ensure all three of these conflicts are addressed, and how will you address other conflicts outside of these three examples?
The examples were social events.
Mm.
Sorry, what were the other two?
It was complaints on pairings and problems during the reveal night itself.
So, for the social events part, I already have a lot of social ideas that I know funding going into next year. I don't know how much, I know funding is going to be a little bit hard. That's why I would work directly with our funding coordinator to help push out as many social events as possible, just to build, once again, the community, and also just have fun. Yeah, that's the big part for socials. As for things that are complaints, I want to keep it as, I don't want to say I want to keep it as objective, but I want to stick to, what I think based off of interactions and seeing how people interact with each other. I want to try and pair with who I think would be good based off of interactions, obviously based off of hobbies and likes and dislikes and whatnot, but obviously there's gonna be things that happen, and sometimes those things are out of your control. So if people people happen to not get along, it's bound to happen. I know it's bound to happen because there is over 100 people, but ultimately staying objective is really my goal, and obviously observing how people interact with each other. And then for night of reveal, once again, I know there's going to be outside factors that are going to happen. I guess I want to obviously go into it with having a plan and sticking as close to the plan as possible, because there is going to be some things that are going to happen where I'm going to have to be thinking off my feet. But just trying to get the support from my board, my committee, and just trying to, stick to my plan.
Awesome, thank you.
For your audience question, there is an ongoing pressure for the pillars to actively collaborate with each other on events, with emphasis on the social pillar to be the cornerstone of this collaboration due to the nature of their events, their duties, and their responsibilities. What is your opinion on this take, and how would you approach it?
So as I said in my speech, I have a couple ways I want to work with the pillars. One, for instance, I talked about working with community and outreaching to all the other social orgs, all the other cultural orgs, like NSU, PSA, and PISA. Just to create an event that not only will help us meet each other, but will also just build friendships and build the overall cultural community within San Diego State. And that's for community, obviously, but going into political, I don't really know how to approach political in terms of social events because I don't exactly know what it entails other than creating a good environment where we can talk about things that are going on within America and the Philippines. And then for education, I know HSC is a big one. So working with HSC, trying to help them plan, obviously, to be a great event that will introduce and want to be really inviting for high school students. Yeah.